Okay.
Wow.
What up? Oh, look at this. Props.
I don't know if you're gonna like it.
You don't know if we're gonna like it. Man, I can't believe it. He brought us coders. Coder.
Why am I saying coders too? Hey, important too. Skamban.
Kotakin. It's Kamban.
Hey, God, don't
This is what is it?
Kot. It's Kamban.
Hey, it's Skamban. This is proudly sponsored by.
Okay.
Those who stay in the Val know this one, bro.
Okay, they do.
Samanyaka.
Okay.
Samanyaka.
Amanyaka. Chief. Kota is supposed to be dirty, bro. Skamban simnata sedility.
No, I see.
It must give you the feeling,
Guys,
And by the way, in the comments, tell me if I'm holding this right. I'm such
Wow. Didn't I tell you he's American? Who asked you what's the
in his head, what's a burger?
Wow.
Oh, sorry, a burger.
a burger. We have beggars and burgers. Beggars on the street. Burger is what is in your hand, or supposedly in your hand.
Ntando.
Okay.
Who's doing the opening link?
Opening link already done. What
Done.
opening link?
You don't.
No, I need to sympathy. So that's why he's asking as if he doesn't know.
Oh, welcome to it.
Hi man, you must speak. You know sometimes you can't even pick up.
Okay, I must speak. Welcome to it.
Sorry, project.
I'm projecting.
The right word.
Is it right? Am I saying?
Yeah, you're
welcome
projecting.
to it?
I don't know about that. Listen, I'm not responsible for the English that comes out of his mouth. I'm not responsible for the English that comes out of your
I
mouth.
say, ladies and gentlemen.
Don't go there.
Do I say ladies and gentlemen, or do I say welcome to it, everybody?
Yeah, I think the second one works.
Okay, fine.
Welcome to it, everybody. Your third installment of Two Bodyguards and Coffee. Yeah. They're probably eating right now because I bought them food. I don't know what they're doing, but
No, this is probably the first time that actually the structure of this podcast is exactly the way. First episode, he wasn't in the middle. I was. Second episode, you were. Now it's real bodyguards and coffee.
There we go.
For sure.
I love the fact that he's highlighting how he's brought us food. This is how some of you guys, your boyfriends, treat you. They broadcast what they do for you. No, but it is true.
Wow.
They do what?
They do. They broadcast what they do for you.
Wow.
And they remind everyone how much, they're doing for you. Which is crazy, though. If it's not dudes broadcasting what they're doing for their ladies, it's ladies. And I've seen a lot of guys do this, and this is something global, right?
Yeah.
You'll see all of this beautiful food, beautiful whatever. You'll never see the sponsor. And sometimes that, like, I know you don't work, like, or I know your job don't pay you that much.
So Ntando and the guys who sponsor out. And I'm eating. Ntando.
It's never a dude with a six-pack. Never.
That's actually funny.
Never.
Why? Because the dudes know how to use their money well? Or?
No, they just don't have time to go to the gym. It's choosing between a six-pack or you making money.
The choices are clear.
The choices are clear.
Yeah.
Wow.
I mean, I won't say who, but there's a lady right now. Hey, she went from, that guy's got a nice six-pack, man.
Yeah.
By a guy who probably doesn't have a six-pack. You
Mm.
know who I'm talking about.
So what this is going to produce is going to help us. Or help y'all, actually. For me, in marriage, this is bad, guys. I need to lose some weight, apparently, so yeah.
Because apparently us guys who are getting in shape or in shape, we get taken out by the guys
We're out of shape.
who are out of shape. Because they don't care. They don't care, but they go so long, So, but yeah, they will rob you of your person.
Oh, well, it seems they've robbed a whole lot of other things.
I mean,
The weight of the world.
wow. But it actually makes me think about how disposable our relationships are these days. Verily. By the way, this is not flying fish for Abazalwane. Hey,
Oh,
Bangatu.
good sister, brothers and sisters. This is dry lemon switch, Batum. Yo, please, ningantu. Oh, ipagania manje lenzani. Oh, please, it's dry lemon.
Yeah, we don't want Javas losing his. We can't vouch for that.
We can't. It's not so
Yes,
nice.
he's out here trying to pour one for the dead homies.
You're doing all the wrong
All
things.
the wrong things. You know, like when you try to fix a situation, it just keeps getting worse.
Wow. Wow.
Kind of like some people's relationships.
This guy.
It just gets rough. No, but it is. The way our relationship is so fickle and disposable. It's insane. I remember I heard somebody I read on Twitter, right? Because Twitter is amazing. And she was saying that she finds good guys boring, right? I don't know if you saw that.
No.
You've lived it.
I've lived it. There's a girl who told me, Jabu, you are too soft.
You're too soft.
You are too soft.
You know what? I'm too good. But in my face, guys, Tebogo, you're too good. I'm gonna mess you up. So no, I don't want a relationship with you. Anyways, segue. Yes, you're too soft.
I was too soft. And I'm like, what do you want? Do you want me to be too rough? She's like, I just feel like we won't work because you are too soft. You're soft spoken. I understand you're a funny guy, but you're just too soft for me.
Okay, so hang up. I'm gonna look after you in terms of just emotionally, right? Because these days you have to be very clear. Like, I'm gonna look after you, and immediately you think, no, not that one. But I mean, as in, your heart is not in danger. Your mental health is not in danger. And we find that offensive.
For whatever reason. Let's wait for you too.
Oh no, I'm gonna eat this for the rest of the episode. You guys know that if they know anything.
But you're not gonna project. That's the problem.
I'm trying. But I'm gonna date myself here. Not date myself like that. Identify as two people. I'm gonna age like I'm trying to show my age.
Don't go there.
Wow.
I'm a proper 90s era kid, right? In that, if you wanted to have a conversation with someone, if you wanted to speak to a girl, first and foremost, you had to go through the trouble of getting her number, right? Because there's no Instagram. These days, we kind of like sidestepping, like, what's your Instagram handle?
Yeah, slide in the DM.
Then you know.
Easier. Yeah?
Give me your handle, it's done.
Right? Which is funny because
Curtains.
we find giving our number so taboo versus somebody having an Instagram handle where they get to see your life. They get to see the places that you frequent, the people that are in your life.
Sure.
And we find that that's okay. Like the way that we flipped everything on its head is crazy. Even to the point of even when dating, like I was saying, back then, if you got somebody's number, either that she didn't have a cell phone, right? So you had to call home.
Yeah.
And she'd tell you.
And declare good to ban.
Yeah, you had to pass by her street, throw a rock of flame, and she would know that's Ntando outside.
And it must be specific because there's 5 other flates
Hey.
that are going on.
Hey, you must pronounce the word Tula. You know.
The funny thing is that you would tell her that obviously before Ayagubo, prior.
Yes,
So
yes.
I'm just imagining the conversation of Mamela here. So and
Yeah.
so get shapela flate ne. And then oats. And she had to remember that's me. That's
That's
me.
right. I mean, but think of that. That already, for me, shows you some level of commitment.
Yeah.
Right? There's some buy-in already.
Yeah, true.
Right? Because you can flate all you like outside. But hey man, exactly.
Exactly.
You understand? Like she had to, there was a certain coordination between the two of you without even, it wasn't even a spoken thing, but it's almost as if there was a lot more willingness to buy into
That's true.
into a relationship. And you would hear people, even though I'm a bit against these relationships that last for 7 years, what are you doing for 7 years? You've got a medical degree in Mjolo now.
What does 7 mean?
Perfection.
Exactly. So, once we reach 7, then I know he's the one.
What? What? That's 2 diplomas down. No.
Wow.
No.
Wow.
That's a PhD, Papa.
So you want it to be 3 months we are done. We know where we are going.
You'll get
Because I had a conversation with one lady, and we were debating the issue of I can see you now, ne? And then I can make a decision right now that I want to be with this girl forever. And her argument was that, but you don't know me. And I'm like, yes, I'm having the space to know you, but I've already made my decision at first glance that I want to be with this girl.
Yeah. Well,
with whatever I've been exposed to, whether in an hour or 2 or 3, I think I like this and I would like to explore it more.
When I think about how, and I think it also explains a bit my story, how I met my wife. No, that was not.
You want some numbers?
That was not shots at you guys. No.
You want some DM angels?
How he met his
Must
wife?
I hide? No, that was not shots at you guys.
Nothing against you, Mrs. Buttons.
It's okay.
Everything against him.
We're just taking shots at your guy. Okay, but okay, cool, go for it.
So when I always make a Bible reference. How Adam was fast asleep when Eve was made. So you don't see it coming. So when he woke up, it's not like he had any other choice. Like, I want you. So what you were saying, to your point, to say, you as guys, you almost make up our minds very early and without even interaction. By the time you make the interaction, you know exactly who you want and etc. It's almost like your mind is made up way before you even ask her out.
And maybe we need to bring a lady into such conversations to just listen to them. How do they think around? Because most of them would have a problem with that. How? Yes, but
how?
But let's get to know. We've never even went out. You don't know if.
You don't know my favorite color.
You don't know if I snore when I'm like, girl. When we get there, I'll deal with that.
Yeah.
But I know that I love this.
Besides, even if you snore, you sexy diesel generator.
I want to hear that snore. Yeah, well, and I also think that it cuts across obviously relational values as well. I mean, if ilo pulusitwe, and stuff like that, snoring because we're only gonna know that unless if you are trying to be falling asleep with me somewhere,
Can I maybe then interject to that? Is that maybe that's what maybe ruins it so early for a lot of us, in that because I don't take time to get to know you as a person.
Sure.
Right? There's no emotional. I don't want to say tie because then Barcelona lose they blow their tops, but there's not enough relational credit. Right? There's not enough relational credit that would buy you grace for the things I'm not going to like about you. I think we need to be frank and need to be clear that there are going to be things that you're not going to like about your partner.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
But because you've got relational credit, they've got relational credit with you. It buys them that grace for you to be able to say, I can put up with that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you get me?
Okay.
And sometimes we find out.
So it's a signed contract. You need to, liaise with the terms and conditions.
Yeah. So for instance, I have not been with you long enough. If I'm already annoyed, and think of it what you must, right? And I'm not judging anybody's relationship, right? But
sure.
If by whatever time stretch I already am annoyed by your snoring, right? And we haven't been long enough with each other long enough for us to be able to say by the time we're married, like there's certain things I know, for instance, certain past relationships, right, that annoyed me. And I remember a good friend of mine saying that, if you're married to that person, you'll put up with that.
Yeah, that's true.
Right? So we find out the bad stuff, and not the bad stuff, the stuff that could annoy us, not really put us off, but they're kind of just pet peeves.
Yeah.
But because there's no solid
credit.
Yeah, there's no solid credit, there's no solid commitment in place.
Yeah.
It's easy for me to get annoyed. It's like, for instance, if I get annoyed and I'm chatting to somebody online,
Yeah.
because there's no relational buy-in, there's no sort of unspoken contract, right,
Yeah.
of commitment.
Yeah.
I'm
It's
just
easy.
like, I don't want to talk to this person anymore. Unmatched, gone. That's
Block.
it, you're gone.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Versus
That's true.
Guti, when I think what Rasuzuma, there's this one song he speaks about with Maskulum Sizinto.
Yeah. I no, not in this day and age. They don't fix things.
We don't fix things. I
Aye.
order another one. I order another one.
Yes.
Yes. Because you're an experience. And then I get to speak about you as an
Yo.
experience. You're not an experience.
Order another one.
Yeah, it's because we're disposable.
Damn.
We're disposable because everything. Listen, can I be honest? This is how disposable we are. The same device where you order your food from is where you get your next person from.
Okay. Podcast is over, guys.
Like,
There's nothing else. Flip. Cause you swipe left and then you swipe down and you say pizza.
Yes.
And then you swipe up again, you're back to where your order
yes.
is.
The same place where I got my food from is where you came from. Like, there's no difference to the brain. It's all the same thing. I'm getting the next experience.
So are we saying that maybe the digitization of life itself has now removed value from what relationships used to mean?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes. The sacred nature of it.
So dating right now, it's a extreme
Bruh,
sport.
I was having this conversation that the problem is that we are not even getting into it and being patient with it.
Yeah.
Because we would even want to compete. You are doing your vacations and all of that,
Sure.
and then she comes. Come on.
I thought you saying that I'm just
Not
being
he-
clear
I
here.
don't know.
Not-
Apparently,
not
I've
that.
changed how I identify, but it's okay. It's okay.
Wow.
Sorry, man. Yes, sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry, yeah.
You know I'll lose my line of
Excuse.
thought.
So I'm doing my vacations.
Yeah.
Comparison. Yeah.
Yeah. And now ugel uyafika la and she comes because umngani ka lo and lo menzela everything like this.
So now
and I'm still on the building stages, but I have to compete with you who's doing all these occasions, you can name them, and I can't do that.
Yeah.
But I genuinely love you for who you are.
So the influence is actually from social media, if you may, or digitization of relationships and stuff.
Yeah. Because
Flip.
Because they've written the script for us. And once again, remember I said to you, I'm going to show my age. So this is, I think it was my second year working. So it's probably 2006, 2007, right?
Wow. Wow. Wow.
Shut up.
Neleza great man.
Hi kids.
Neleza standard. Neleza standard man.
He needs to go and drink his chamomile tea or something right now.
To come down.
For the bones. And I can still tell you it was CBD, not far from, it was CBD, man. There used to be an old Edgar's, the one, silver building, massive,
CBD.
yeah, CBD. There's
They
an
called
Edgar's.
I worked at Edcon. It was 2280. I know it.
Yeah, you know it,
It's
right?
nearby Jubet Street.
Yes.
Somewhere. Yeah.
I knew it.
At the corner.
So, building, and I'm catching a taxi back home, right? I can still tell you it was a white CI. She was in the back seat, right window.
Sure.
I
That's
looked.
Detail, Baba.
Detail.
2006. It's 2023.
That's a broken heart. It remembers
Jeez.
everything.
Let's listen.
I remember looking at her. Man, was this just a split second where we both looked at each other, and it was just this tiny smile,
Yo.
and then it dawns on you that I'm never gonna see ever again.
At least it was in a taxi. Has it happened to you? Estrate, and you like, and you are in a position whereby you cannot turn, but you saw the connection. That split second made everything to say, "You, that's my soulmate. I just passed my soulmate."
Get the words of Asha. There goes my baby.
And in her head, she was seeing the guy behind you.
Wow.
Or maybe she should just go to the text.
Yeah, it happened
SMS.
that you got her.
Wow.
You know.
The ones why she was smiling.
But the reason why I can remember her is how fleeting that moment was, or the fact that I knew that moment there, I'm never gonna have that again.
Sure.
Right? I'm never gonna see her again.
Yeah.
Whereas now, I'm flicking through a profile and I'm like, because I know there's somebody beyond that. Right? There's another one. You know, with
the same criteria as well.
Yeah. Now we get even specific.
Nyalang, guys. Nyalang.
You get me? Like we are chasing.
Skilla.
It's that thing of game shows when they keep, when it says 100, 250, 100,
10
10,000.
rand.
Yeah. And we keep going.
Yeah.
And we keep going until the time runs out.
One something the rat, whatever. Yeah.
With Lerato.
Yeah.
One life with
One
Lerato.
life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, if you think about it, somebody said, and I saw this on Twitter, and they said, you've got to be careful in Limezans in that you can blink twice and you're 50 years old and all you have are memories of Groove and whoever it is that you dated, and you're done.
Oh,
And you're done.
shots fired.
If you're 50 and you're grooving.
And you know what's the saddest part?
Yeah.
You even have evidence to show how your life flashed before you, because
the
like
choices you made.
because exactly all the choices you made.
In high definition. In high was tupunga. Right? Because we do that. Because we're chasing the unicorn.
Yeah, we are.
You know, to be honest with you, if the person that, should you be fortunate enough, as Tebogo is, right? Because to end up with somebody that's going to do life with you, you start to actually, there's days, and I don't know if you've had that, when you look at your partner, you're thinking, yes, there were so many other things I thought was so important.
Yeah.
It's what I wanted versus what I needed.
Yeah.
You know what comes in?
Yeah.
Have you seen those girls? Nothing. If you are watching,
Disclaimer.
and Mina now is here, I'm not talking about you. There are those ladies that you've dated before, and you meet them 5-10 years down the line, and
Sure.
you're like, "Thank you, Jesus.
No.
Thank you.
No, they probably look at you now.
Saved me.
Learn about share, but they're like, thank God.
You saved me."
I'll say,
Like,
look at
when they meet you, they're like, "Chabu kwena, untole jwalo," and you're afraid to say, "But when
How
what
jwalo?"
happened?" What happened?
No, I I think that is the choices that they took, you know, throughout their life.
Yeah.
Also, I also think that, you know, beyond just the choices, sometimes circumstances influence
True.
us to actually end up taking the choices. But what you were, to your point, very true to say. I don't think it's a privileged position, because then, you know, I mean, what are we saying about people that are single?
Wow.
Wow.
That's the
To be
second.
married.
That's the
Strike
second
two.
shot. Strike two.
Strike 2.
From the ring squad.
Mrs. Buttons.
I just think that deciding to be married, right? A lot of people also get it wrong. And I'm not saying I'm an expert, guys. I mean, I'm only turning 4, literally in the next 4 days.
Yay!
We're having an anniversary podcast.
You know, so I'm not an expert. But I think when people get married, they get married to the idea of the wedding day.
Yeah.
And it ends there,
Yeah.
by the way. Because beyond that, the questions are very hectic, quite hectic, on what you actually will be facing. So one of the questions that I asked myself before I proposed to Kia, and Ntando at least was there to capture the moment.
He was crying.
I did cry. Should she be crippled and cannot talk, can only move her eyes to show me left and right, and that's it, would I still be with her?
Yeah.
And my answer at that point, I was like, yes, because there's no one that has made me feel the way that she has made me feel. The feeling was enough to last me forever.
Ladies, inkinga zenu yini? We would be talking about you like this right now at this point.
Tateni.
Starting.
You know what he's saying? He's like, look at me, I'm delicious. I'm delicious.
Do you have a tongue? Don't you have a? Can you taste?
Can you smell?
Can you smell?
Look at me, I'm delicious.
Look at me. I'm orange.
Yeah. So I think a lot of people, then the context of of forever, to them it's far. And I think if we bring it very close to say, today I love you like I would in forever. And that changes the view completely of what relationships are about. And that's why I'll never get over the fact that I actually love my wife this much. Because each and every day, and that's another thing, you decide to love them daily. And Lord behold, it's not like I'm the perfect one. She has to decide to love me. Every single day.
That's why I think we have not grasped the concept of love itself.
True.
Because we don't understand it. And to understand it, you would go to how many times have you messed up?
Well, countless, bro.
As a Christian, basically, you go back and say, I'm sorry, and God is still accepting you that way, you know? I think we haven't grasped how love is.
Just how demanding and how costly it is, in that, to the extent that's why we're mistaken excitement
very true,
for connection. Right? Vibes. Oh my God, we're like, he passed the vibe check. What the hell is that? Like, it would be vibe with Rick saying.
We still want to use vibes.
I'm serious, because vibes are not going to get you through days when the two of you do not feel lovey-dovey towards each other. There's days when you guys don't feel lovey-dovey towards each other, right? Like, and you're married, so you would see marriage is such a beautiful thing. I think, from looking from the outside, right? Don't look at me like that.
What the hell?
Married, who knows?
By virtue of my by virtue of my relationship with myself, there's days when even I'm tired of myself. Right? Now imagine doing it with another whole other human being that does not live in your head. Right?
You know what scares me? I've stayed most of my life alone, and there's a way I do things.
And a set way.
I also asked myself, if there was going to be somebody else in the space, am I at that point whereby I can let go easily?
Of the way, but this is where the reality of what love long term looks like. Right? In that it's multi-layered. It's not just about, that's why I said the excitement. We think excitement is connection and love. It's not. There's a decision when you look at him or her and you're like, no, we're in this together, right? Even on the days when I don't like you, right? Because there's a difference between liking somebody and loving somebody. You need to do both. You need to have both, right?
I learned that from my wife and a very good friend of ours, and she said, he may love you, but does he like you? I was like, guys, there's no difference. Love is above liking. They're like,
liking is so important.
Liking is so important.
Yeah, like, because I love you in that, you know, there's this, my heart has had this weird attachment to you. That is beyond me, right? But at this moment,
I've got control over this one.
I really don't like you right now. Like, you kind of annoy me right now, but I'm not going anywhere. Because the love part of me says, listen, I said forever, and I meant it, right? But situations come, so liking is connected to situations and emotions and feelings, and those things fluctuate, and that's okay. But some people tell you, you must always love and like each other. No, like, I will always love you, I don't always like you. You understand? Like, and I'm okay with that. And I got taught that when I'd messed up, right, in a relationship, and I said to her, listen, we need to talk, I need to fix this thing. And she said, I'm not gonna hold your hand though. And I said, no, that's fine, that's okay. And she was like, I will give you a chance to listen. See, that was love. Love was saying, I'm gonna allow you to speak. But I don't have to like you, right?
Love allows you to speak.
You understand?
I think that's a good point right there, because you know, a lot in all these relationships, your view doesn't matter, and usually in relationships like that they never last, because when your voice is silenced in that relationship, forget about it. It's curtains, you know.
Yeah, you're done, because
you're done.
And thus I think that's what's missing. And I'm not because I'm still single. Like, who am I to talk, right? But what I've learned,
catfish.
But I've crashed enough times to know that, you know, this is not how to do it. Right? In that our relationships become disposable because we're spoiled for and by choice, right? Like, we've got so many other options, right?
Yeah, no, there's too many options.
You understand?
these
Like
days,
I can just, like I said, I can swipe. But when you decide, and this is also just something for the ladies, like when always they're trying to get money out of somebody or whatever, it's so much easier to get something from a guy that actually loves you. You know, they'll tell you, indota mast and whatever, and indota tandai will go the extra mile
yeah,
for you.
You wouldn't even have to tell them.
Yeah, but a lot of them are trying to get stuff out of men that don't love them. Like love, literally, it's natural. One of its natural outflows is generosity, right?
Yeah.
But if
not the highest, actually.
yeah, if he does not love you, trust me, you're constantly going to be beating him, whether with your words or some of you to get what you want.
Bayazi. Abazi. Or in
I know nothing. I'm in a class. You can see I'm looking this way. I'm looking that way. I'm in a
But
class.
it's a statement, Bayazi.
Yeah, they said it's, and until you decide, like I know as a guy, there's that moment when you as a guy, you look at that, you're like, oh damn.
Yeah, true.
Yo, I want this human. And I can tell you, I've dated quite a few people, right? Okay.
Now it explains everything.
No, but I can tell you there's been probably...
He's been swiping.
Shut up. You idiot. But I can remember the faces where I said, I want this person.
Sure.
Like I can tell you right now, there's a day when I literally, and whether hardly, I don't think they'll remember because it was happening in my head. I remember her walking down the street. We're at an event. I saw her walking with her friends. I'd love to tell you what her friends look like. I can't remember what her friends look like. But I can tell you what color she was wearing over top, and like I could see her. And
She
because
stood out.
Yeah, she stood out. And whether, and as guys, we like to sell the story that we really are nonchalant and we don't choose. No, because we like to keep things disposable, right? No. When a guy really knows, like when he chooses a lady, he chooses a lady. And like I don't care which whatever, like there's something about you that I like and I want.
Yeah.
And if I'm a guy, because there's also idiots, right? We're also idiots as guys, but I see tupunga sometimes.
Yeah.
But as a guy, I know that we, to a large extent, we can actually curb that, call it the pandemic of disposable relationships, where we choose.
Yeah.
Like, we choose. Like, I see you, and I'm like, I don't care what the guys are saying, the boys are saying. Yes, it's good to listen to your boys, but some of you need to listen to your boys. But some of us know things and we're like, boy,
Boy. Especially if you go to an area you've never been in, you see a girl and Jens, I love that thing. Don't go there, baba.
But
And I think also equally, because we need to balance the scale as well and not sound like it's just the guys. Even the ladies are able to warn that guy won't go there. Red flag one.
And
That is a daughter mustn't.
Yeah, there you go. And maybe for a future episode we need to speak about that. Just circles. We need to bring back that culture of moving in circles. I'm not saying that all your business has to be known by your circle, but it's always good to get perspective from your circle about certain people, right? Because you are love drunk, you are love biased. You need a designated driver to kind of tell you, I know you like her, and I know you like him. He looks bad, friend. And then yes, it's a balance, because once again, the disposable nature of our friendships and our relationships has us being close with people that sometimes do not want the best for us.
Sure.
So you can't even trust.
Sure.
But I know, for instance, if I come to you and I say, Debs Acham, here's this person, I should not be afraid to have you guys look or just get a sounding of who she is, and have an honest conversation. Say, boy, listen, man, I'm gonna be honest with you. And here's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's up to you to make a decision. If you go with it sharp, we'll be there, But I am honest with you enough as a boy, as your boy, to say, listen, yes or no,
dude.
You understand? And that, I believe we need to bring back that.
So what do you think?
That spirit. I don't know her. She looks like an amazing young lady, but I don't know her.
Baya pula, it is yours. Baya pula, but amazing.
Hey.
Amazing heartbreakers. So. We'd have to, this is where a young event or just a young hangout.
Sure.
Yes.
We get to.
I have, the boys from Swaziland. What they do is once you tell them that you're dating someone, they go investigate it. They find out who that person is, and then they come and ask you, without her, are you sure? What do you like about her?
Yeah.
No, she's beautiful. Like, squash the beauty. No, she's humble. Squash that. What do you actually like about her? And when you start making up things about the person that you love, that you say you like and you want to, pursue. Once you start making up characteristics or certain values for them, when you did not identify them in them, you must know that it's a red flag.
Yeah.
Because if the person is not patient, and now you're all of a sudden saying, I like her because she's patient, you are lying to yourself. You're gonna look for the patience. You're not gonna find it. You're gonna be frustrated because you convinced yourself that she's patient while she wasn't.
Or you dress it up a different way. You trying to. No, I love the fact that she takes decisions very quickly.
Yeah.
Wow,
Hey,
really?
she'll take decisions. Yeah, but
You understand?
so I think that the circle, of boys telling you, hey, what's your decision about this person and why do you like this person is very important, right?
Yeah.
And they go a step further. Once you bring your girl within the group, then they ask her, what do you like about this one? And that's scrutiny now, because you're like, boys, come on now.
You know how many people in the comments are gonna be like, oh, could never be. Oh, the moment he does that to me, I'm out, I'm gone. That's the thing. Because here's the thing. I am jealous about this circle.
Sure.
And no matter how beautiful you are, right? No matter how amazing you are, if at some point your presence...
Sorry, some technical ones are like, but we can't get a circle from 3. It should be a triangle.
I don't care. Don't be a square about it. Like, I'm jealous about my relationship with you boys, because when we've been through stuff, like a whole lot of stuff, to the extent that I know that should something happen, I would know that my family, if I was to say, Debs, listen, I can't get to wherever. Can you please pick her and the kids up?
It's happening.
You understand? Can you and Kia go pick her and Jabu, listen, I can't get there.
Yeah.
My boy is at whatever. Can you please?
Yeah.
I'm a piece of that, right? And if your presence is going to threaten the community,
Sure.
I'm welcoming you not into just, you don't marry somebody and just their family, but you marry the community and the family that he's built outside
Very
of
true. So
his bloodline community.
Yeah.
And that's the reality of you. And I've seen a lot of guys make the mistake of falling in love with somebody who's, yes, he's gorgeous and whatever, but she alienates him, or he alienates her from her circle. I promise you, it will not last.
It won't last.
Because either he's going to have to pull away from his friends.
Sure.
And you're going to try and fill a gap of a group of people that has been filled by a group of people all his life, right? Which is unfair to you. You can't keep that up forever.
Can't. Yeah.
You understand? And
it becomes so much work to do. I think some wise gent once said that when you cannot be reached by your family and somebody walks into your house and there's your wife and your kid, who are you calling to go deal with that robber, thief, whatever?
Yeah, right.
Who is your wife? Who can your wife actually pick out a phone and call and say, Guti, I know Guti Lomund within the next 3 minutes, uzofika la, asize, even though my husband is not here.
Yeah.
And I think that's the thing about relationships, that when we think about relationships and we choose people and we date and all of this thing, we don't think about the things that matter the most.
Yeah.
Uguti, who am I? Like you were saying, you actually, when you marry the family, you marry the extended family, you marry the cousins, you marry everybody, including her friends that were not necessarily that close, and all of you. Now you're responsible for all of those people too, and vice versa with the ladies too.
Yeah.
But it seems like we just get into this thing, like you said, for vibes, because it's, you're swiping left, I'm done with that relationship, on to the next one.
And
I don't think that relationships hold value anymore as much as they were supposed to, or rather as much as they are originally supposed to be made to, because what's the relation there if I'm going to meet you and, we hang out at clubbing and the next thing, tomorrow I'm in the same club with you, but I'm pretending like I don't even see you, I don't know you, I don't...
That's some...
So I think taking the step of marriage is really one of the the hardest things, because barring or marketing, you know.
Yes.
But you really do. You swipe out and tap out. Guys, hey, think Randy.
Imnand.
This is the person that I'm going to be committed to, and I stand with that to say, you know what, that's the way to go. But I'm not saying that's the solution, because you find that even in marriages, people are flipping frustrated and they are stressed out by this person, also because maybe of how they chose the person. Angeke uhlangana nomuntu eklabhini Ntando bese expecta ukuthi abe pulpit.
Basumthrowa bese manje
Yeah,
seka-
so pulpit manje.
But there are people who believe in that, bro. I'll pick you up at the club.
Ke tla o lokisa.
Hey. They go in the hope that I will fix this person.
I can fix him.
I'll fix him. And they stand.
No.
It's so sad looking at a lady
Yeah.
going after a guy, and you know for sure that this guy treats this lady like
Garbage.
dirt.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And outside, you know this guy full. And then when he comes inside, and this lady has an idea, good, this guy is not always here. He's not always here, and he's most probably with other girls out there.
Sure.
But they are still there sitting with you. He will come alright.
Uzoba right.
Will come alright. But contrary, I'm a preacher.
Hey, Mafundisi.
Mafundisi.
Oh, there's a clip I was looking at. Big ups to Mfundisi Gumbi. He was talking about a guy who used to be a drunk. So the lady was
In the last episode, you spoke about a drunk. Is there something you want to tell us?
bruh, nothing. So
Fly
he says, bruh, it's a switch, bruh. He says this guy used to come home drunk, and abangani bakhe would drop him off Revive
Sure.
each and every time. And the wife would call the kids. This is your dad.
Heavy. That's
And then,
crazy.
yes,
Mm.
bring him in, Lini, and she would bath him and then put him to bed. And then in the morning, he wakes up, he finds, but I don't remember. I was
Yeah, I was drinking.
She did that all the time until she was still praying for him, until he wondered, Uguti, every time I go sporting, and when I come back, but in the morning, I'm fully, I'm clean.
Yeah.
I don't understand why,
Yeah.
because he's in a grave. And then he said one day he pretended to be drunk and told his boys, carry me home. And then
They did
when
the same.
they did the same, he came, acted like that. And then he saw the treatment that he got from the wife and the kids, taking him in, bathing him, forcing him to eat,
Sure.
before he sleeps. And then that converted him. He
Yeah.
was like, let's go to church, because they've
Maybe.
been crying, which
Sure.
he needs to change.
Sure.
So I'm saying sometimes it's contrary.
So,
you
yeah.
stand,
Yeah.
you sit for the long haul because you believe actually this person can change.
Yeah.
But in most cases in our generation, you are sitting for something. Again, I would believe those are past relationships. Abantu abadala. Right now, you stand for nonsense. You'll be.
Yeah.
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 Baba sobe sikushayela izandla ukuthi uqeda amahewu. Because somebody was out and they brought you
Yeah.
something into the
Ish,
house, and now you are sick.
yeah.
Your boy is sleeping there.
Ish.
You know.
Sure. So yeah, the patience sometimes is necessary, but only I can just imagine the type of love the wife has.
Yeah.
It's a different type of love
Yeah.
But it's
that she also had to learn to have.
I not to play devil's advocate, but I feel like should she have to have learned that type of love?
No, yeah,
get me?
I hear you.
Like,
Yeah. It
it's-
wasn't fair on her
It
or the kids.
All
Oh,
the
that's
kids.
trauma for days.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
and once again, and yes, as much as I'm an advocate for relationships that are solid, right, that are beneficial to both people, right,
Yeah.
that are non-disposable, because we are living in a time of disposable relationships. Man, just something you shouldn't put yourself through,
Yeah.
especially if it goes against your personal constitution. I know, for instance, one of the things I cannot stand is verbal abuse, because when I love you, I have no walls against you. Like, there's no filters. Whatever you say goes straight to the heart, right? So I know if somebody is careless with their words, they're gonna be reckless with my heart, and I'm just like, hey, listen, I'm out.
If you're careless with your words, you are going to be reckless.
Yeah,
To
you
my
understand?
heart.
Because some people literally, and I know this is gonna sound so cliche, but you give them a shot at your heart, they will pull the trigger. Like they will pull the trigger every time.
And they will make sure.
Yeah.
They will make
Abono mister.
No, they're
Yeah,
gonna
give
empty
me
the clip.
mister. Ah.
They're gonna empty the clip. You
Yeah.
understand? So, guys, parting shot is, I would hate to see us become a generation that is defined by disposable relationships that were driven by what am I getting out of this, right? Because that's what we're going to pass on to our kids. By the way, just random facts: 2021 divorce stats, right? Do you know that? I know it's because we're the largest population in the country, but 45% of all marriages within divorces in 2021 were black. And whether we like to admit it or not, there's a massive problem that's within the black community globally.
Sure.
Where we have incomplete families.
Yeah.
Right. And I know someone's gonna be like, "How dare you say we're incomplete? We're just okay. I still believe in the traditional mom and dad and the kids are in the house, right? There's a certain stability about that, right? Because mom and dad see things from different perspectives, right? And if we don't see it, people laugh, and I always tell them that healthy relationships or healthy people form healthy relationships, right? So Mjolo needs to actually become healthy again.
Yeah, Mjolo must be healthy again.
Like we need to redefine Mjolo because Mjolo becomes Mshado.
Yeah, and it's not exciting anymore.
And I mean, the connection is Mjolo, Mshado, Mpagati. You understand?
Sure.
Isizwe. Like, and what we don't see is that when
So we move from Mjolo to Isizwe.
yeah, you understand?
Angsamfuni.
And I'm moving on to Sizwe.
Yeah.
Literally.
And you know what's bad is that I know it's an in thing that we drift towards this generation. Hey, Mjolo will show you flames.
Yeah.
You've already classed
Yeah.
Mjolo that you should expect the worst of the worst.
You never expect the best from Mjolo. Yeah, that's so sad.
Right? Like why can I not look forward to man? I can't wait for the day when Jabu's getting suited up. Like I loved the experience that you gave us, and I told you that it was such a privilege to be at your wedding, to be part of your groomsmen.
Yeah.
It was an experience for us being excited for you.
Yeah.
You understand? Like that experience was sacred, and a lot of us, I always wonder, can you see it for yourself in your circle? Can you see yourself, not just your wedding day, but your girlfriends, you getting ready, your boys you getting ready?
Yeah.
Like, can you see it happening in your circle?
Can you clap hands for others?
Yeah, but also, is your circle, when you look at your circle, do they have the depth and even the willingness or the desire for that to happen? Because I promise you, if you surround yourself with people that are negatively minded towards or negatively stanced towards long-term relationships or marriages, I can promise you you're not getting married.
Yeah.
I can promise you you're not going to have, even if you don't get married, but some people are like, let's do the life partner thing. Sharp, do the life partner thing, but can they see it long-term? Yeah. Or are you guys just a bunch of guys who are or girls who are okay with doing auditions but never getting the part?
Never get called. Yeah.
You know?
Sure.
Just the thought.
My parting shot. I think relationships are disposable, and it's sad, but we are the ones that take the decision to make them disposable.
Yeah.
So get off those apps, Kazal.
No, but honestly, I just long for a day when I'm just at an event and I speak to somebody for the first time.
Organically.
Organic.
So I think let's meet people organically and take decisions to be with one person. That person will be the best person for forever, and they don't have to be the best person with your forever in mind. Meaning that you want them to be the best person that are going to help you build a house or whatever. You all will build together. What glues everybody or the two of you is really love and true love, from the heart, with the riches or without the riches. And if you can cross that line where you guys can literally take decisions of loving each other despite what you have, then that is true love. And then we can dispose of this culture of disposable relationships.
Parting shot?
You see what I'm opening?
While he's opening the Bible, I just want to say my relationship with this quarter has been long standing.
Relationships are mine, boy.
I'm still here with my cord.
It shows you what kind of a lover he is,
He
bro.
holds on.
He's the right person.
will
No
love you
more
long
kotola.
time.
Even when you're cold, he holds on. Yeah, you're parting short, boy.
Until then, there are three things that remain: faith, hope, and love. Yet, love surpasses them all. So, above all else, let love be beautiful prize for which you run, not these other things.
My
Yeah.
vacations are over, guys. My vacations are Ntando.
Thank you for
Love it.
gracing us with your presence in another episode of Two Bodyguards and a Coffee. Viva! Pagania
Aye, aye, aye.
yesterday.